Hey everyone, James Reeves with TFBTV. We're over here at IWA in Nuremberg, Germany. I'm walking through room 1 and I see Bioammo. And I don't know if by the time this video runs, you guys will see this new shotgun that's dropping on March 22nd, but I called Ventura Munitions. I said, hey look, I need like about 1,000 rounds of shotgun ammo to test out this brand new prototype shotgun, again, that's dropping on March 22nd. And I open up the box and there's this stuff in there called Bioammo. And I am like, what in the hell is this? And I look at it and I'm like, oh my God, like it's biodegradable ammo with steel instead of lead. You guys know, I'm a bit of a hippie about the environment, so for me, I thought this was the coolest thing ever. I see the Bioammo booth, I run into Peter, and I'm like, hey man, I want you, can I get you on camera just to tell me, or really tell the TFBTV viewers out there about what this product is and why it's so amazing. Peter?
Thanks, James, and thanks everybody for viewing us this afternoon. Bioammo is a new company. We've been on the market just for a couple of years. And really, we're bringing something quite revolutionary to the shooting industry, because not only are we concentrating on the shot loads themselves, whether they be lead or steel or something different, but it's getting rid of the biggest polluter in the environment for the shooting industry, and that's plastic. We're talking about millions and millions of components that are fired out into the environment every year, whether it be through the wads or the cases. Now we know that most hunters are incredible environmentalists. They pick up their cases, their shot shells, as you call them, and they will dispose of them carefully, but disposing them carefully still means they'll end up in landfill in most cases. And we're talking about pieces of plastic that are going to last for 400, maybe 500 years. And during that time, they'll be filling up landfill, breaking down into microplastics, entering the food chain, and potentially damaging our own personal health. So Bioammo came up with a project a couple of years ago where all the plastic was replaced by a biopolymer material, which is what I've got in my hand here now. And this material is made from a vegetable biopolymer. And this is consumed by microorganisms. So whereas plastic just sits around until it eventually breaks down, this is eaten. Bacteria, lichen, algae will consume this and just turn it back into biomass.
And I thought that was amazing. I've been sitting here while I was waiting for, you've had a busy morning. I mean, it looks like you've been filling some orders. Yeah. So while I was waiting, I was looking at all the literature you guys had around and the slideshow, and I thought it was interesting that you've got like as much plastic as like 3 plastic bags and 1 shot shell, right. And that it actually, now this is what kind of caught my attention, a plastic shot shell gets into a water body, as it breaks down, it consumes oxygen, meaning that algae can't grow, and then that impacts the entire biodiversity and the environment. They're in places where hunters hunt, and I don't think anyone wants that.
No, hunters definitely don't want that. They want to have something that's going to maintain the environmental biodiversity of all the creatures that live in that environment.
And it seems like more of a European thing, where that's a more popular motivation, where it's like in the United States, environmentalism is typically associated with liberalism, and in the gun industry, it's, oh my God, it's a bad thing. No, I want to pollute as much as I want. But I think that it's very important that you guys are sending this message that, hey, this is good for the places where you hunt, for the places where you fish, it's going to protect that environment. And so I thought this was a neat thing.
I think also, James, one of the things that we started off with was to make a shot shell that performed really well. Because it could be as green as you want, as environmental as you want, but if your product doesn't do the job, then it's not going to be of any use to anybody. So one of the things that we discovered when we actually manufactured it for the first time is that our product is actually more rigid than plastic. And that means we get great ballistic performance. We have people coming up to us and saying they just love our product because it's a really good shot shell. And they love it because it's environmentally beneficial too. So you've got those 2 parts of the equation. You've got a great shot shell, but you've also got something that helps the environment.
But if it costs twice as much as everybody else, nobody's going to buy it. No. But it seems like what I've seen in the United States, that you guys are on par with pretty much everything else, right?
I think you're absolutely right. If you're looking at a good quality premium cartridge, our price is going to be very competitive. So yes, our product does cost more to manufacture, but we're able to sell it at a price point that is affordable. And therefore people are really happy to buy something that works well and helps the environment.
Can I see that,
Yeah,
Peter?
sure.
I just want everyone to know that this is the only vegetable that I would possibly buy. Right, here's the vegetable shell casing that you guys used here.
And you used a really nice comparison. A supermarket plastic bag is something that people can relate to very easily. And when you put together the case, the driving wad, and the base wad, you're equivalent to between 3 and 5 plastic bags. And nobody in their right mind would want to just leave 3 or 5 plastic bags littering the environment. They wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
And it's the same with this. So if you're firing your shot shells over the countryside and you know that your driving wad is not going to pollute the environment, that's a real bonus. But it's also worth knowing that the alternatives, whether they be fiber wads or ones that are hydrosoluble, are possibly not going to be the solution, because many fiber wads actually contain plastic. They're just even more efficient at dispersing that plastic because they disintegrate. So fiber wads are an alternative, but they're not the one that's best for the environment. And hydrosoluble tends to leave PVA in the environment, which is also not good for the flora and fauna. So the only cartridge that actually has a case and a driving wads and base wads that are non-plastic is Bioammo.
Peter, what can I get this in? In other words, is it birdshot only? Is it 12 gauge, 20? What do you have?
Well, we started off with 12 gauge, and our range was really just split between sports shooting, our Rex cartridges, and hunting, our Lux cartridges. And we were very much offering lead or steel. Lead because that's the one that hunters have used for years, steel because people are finding it as a possible alternative. But we also now offer an alloy that is zinc-based, which actually is soft as lead and the same density as steel. So 3 options in the 12 gauge range. This summer we're bringing out 20 gauge, and we're just about to introduce buckshot and slug ammunition. So as far as the cartridges are concerned, shot shells, our range is evolving and developing. But we're a new company, only been going 2 years, so we're gradually entering different markets and offering people options.
And it looks like you're seeing a great degree of success already.
In the States, it's been fantastic. We were at SHOT Show just a few weeks ago, and the response from people there was incredible. People want our product.
Yeah, and I do too. I mean, I think this is fantastic.
Yeah,
I think it's admirable what you guys are doing, and I hope you make a few bucks while you're doing it.
Well, we have to pay the bank back.
Yeah,
because this has taken a huge amount of financial investment. Over 13 million euros has gone into the setting up of the factory. So it's a big investment. A lot of people supporting and encouraging us. We hope the consumers will now want to support and encourage us as well by going out and buying our Bioammo cartridges, our shot shells.
Those who dare win, right?
They do indeed, and keep going with the green bit, but it's a damn good cartridge as well.
Thank you, Peter, so much
It's been a pleasure
for speaking with us. Guys, thanks for watching us on TFBTV Showtime. Stay tuned for more from IWA.